Hello everyone and welcome to API Test Hub. In this video, we will be learning about the life cycle of a defect or a bug in software testing. We will also see the real-time example of all these steps in detail in this video, so stay tuned. So the very first step in a defect lifecycle is creating a new defect. So while testing any software or application, you always tend to see that it is working as per the functionality or not. If not, then that is a bug in that software or the application. So as you already seen that we have tested our products API and there were different endpoints in that API, right? We tested all those endpoints, and while doing those testing, we saw that few of the test cases were passing and few of them failed. So the one which failed, that are the bugs in that particular endpoint. So those will be considered as bugs. So here, for example, in post product API, while doing the testing, we saw that whenever we were doing the duplicate product entry, we were getting 200 OK as back instead of 409 conflict with error message. So that was a bug in the particular endpoint, that it wasn't working as expected. So that is a bug. So one more example could be, so here if I go, this was the one when I was not passing the quantity, the error message I was getting was invalid. Instead of giving back me the message with the quantity, it was giving back the price not found, something like that. So that was also a bug in this particular endpoint. So that is a bug, and what we need to do is first of all identify the bug and create it. So if I go back to the cycle, you can see it here. You can create the bug using different software tracking tools, that is Jira, Bugzilla, Azure DevOps, anyone, right? So here we will use Jira. So I'll show you how you can create a bug using Jira. So this is Jira. So here what we can do is go to create, and here you have to select your own project, and the work type will be any of these. There are different work types, and you are going to create a bug. Here you need to select bug here. So in the summary, you need to provide the summary of the bug, right? So here if I go back, so there was a bug regarding this particular endpoint, post products endpoint. And what was the bug? It wasn't giving me the valid error, while so I can copy it from here as well. Like, it wasn't giving me 409 conflict message when I was entering the duplicate product, right? So I can write it as, this is my endpoint, post products and not getting 409 with duplicate product entry. So that will be the summary, and inside the description you can provide all the details. You can provide the steps to replicate, so that whenever a developer comes here, it will be easy for him or her to follow the steps and replicate the issue. So you can provide the steps to replicate. You can provide the data to be used, whatever data you are using. You can give the request body, whichever request body you are passing. You can share the postman collection here as well. So these kind of all the details, maximum details you can give, you can provide here. Also you can provide the screenshots as well. Then comes the next stage. Here is, you can assign the defect. So once you create the defect, you can assign it to the developer. So here also you will find the assignee. So you can either, it automatically gets assigned. Sometimes you don't have the privilege, your manager has the privilege to assign it to particular developer. So you can make it as unassigned as well. So I'm just passing it as myself. You can assign it also. So next stage is assigning it to the developer. Then you just create it. So once it's created, you can see it here. It's here in the backlog. So whosoever is working on it, they can put it in their work list. So that is the first two stages of your bug life cycle. Next comes the open. So once you have created the bug, so here you can see that your bug is created. So what is the next step? Next step is with the developer. So once this bug is created, developer checks that bug. So what he or she will do, he will see the details of the bug. So it says that it will be opened. So open, and what he will do, he will investigate and analyze the defect, whatever defect you have given, he or she will analyze that defect. And once analyzing, that is the developer's duty to understand that what is the defect valid, is it duplicate defect, whether same defect has been raised earlier or not. So if it is duplicate or it is not a defect even, so sometimes what happens is that is expected functionality of the software. So maybe the tester doesn't know about that functionality, but developers know, so he or she, the developer, can reject that defect, or they can mark it as it is not a defect. So that is according to the developer's analysis. So they can do these steps. They, if it's a duplicate, they can mark it as duplicate. If according to them it's not a defect, they can reject it. Or if that defect is not in the particular sprint, it's not in this scope, they can defer it to some other scope. For example, there is a very low priority defect and it can be deferred to some other sprint, they can do so. And they can also analyze whether that is a defect or not. If not, they can mark it as it's not a defect. So if all of these things are not there, like these are not present, then it is a valid defect. Then developer has to work on the fix of that defect. So it will be in progress until it is being fixed by the developer. So once developer finds the fix for that particular defect, it will be marked as a fixed. So whatever changes the developer has done, he has to push those changes to the whatever software or the API, whatever application they are making, they have to push their changes. Once done, they have to inform the QA, or they can mark the status from here. The status here is the to do, right? They can mark it as from in progress to done, so that the developer, the tester, will know that it is done by the developer. Then it will be assigned to the tester. Next come the next state or next step in the cycle is will be the testing. So once it's fixed by the developer, it comes to the tester for retest. So it, the first stage will be pending retest. So it can be assigned to any tester as well. It's not necessary the same tester is going to test it. Any tester can do that. So it's pending retest. It will be assigned to the tester now. So now what happens is tester has to test that defect again. So once it's fixed by the developer, so now tester will retest it. So it will be retest. So next step will be the retesting. So while doing the retest, it's the QA's responsibility to see whatever the defect they have raised earlier, it should work as expected. So while doing the retest, you have to verify that it is working as expected. And if not, then you can reopen the defect. And once it's reopened, it goes back to the assigned state. So it can be assigned to different developer or the same developer again once you reopen it. So if you are not like satisfied with the results, you can always reopen the defect. And if it's working fine, everything is good, you have verified it, and the last stage of this cycle will be closed. So you will close the defect, that whatever you have raised earlier, it's working fine as expected, so you are closing the defect. So all in all, these are the few stages of a life cycle of a defect. So once you open it, it is assigned, then it comes to the developer, it is in progress, developer thinks and understand and analyze what the defect is, and if fix is required, they do the fix, and it again come back to the QA for the retest. And if it's working fine, QA will close the defect, and if it's not working fine, they will reopen the defect. So all in all, this is the defect life cycle. So if you have any question regarding this, you can always ask. And we have here used the Jira. So this is the Jira board I have already gone through. So this was all about the defect life cycle. So thank you so much, and keep learning and keep watching my videos for more details in software testing and API testing. Thank you so much.